Hello Aries, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. Before we really get into this, I want to say I did get a new microphone. So if you have any issues with the sound levels or anything like that, please let me know. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. It sounds good from my end, but that doesn't mean it's going to sound good from your end. So yeah, just leave me a comment if it sounds weird or wonky or if it's too loud, too quiet. I will do my best to fix it. But let's get into your reading, shall we? We're going to, do the usual, check in on you in a situation and a person that both of you are dealing with. That came out so wrong and so backwards. You and another person and a situation you're going through, kind of together with each other, you know what I mean? So take things as it resonates. If the other person kind of comes through as sounding like you, maybe they could be, who knows? But yeah. And if this doesn't resonate, check your moon, rising, Venus. You know, sometimes our sun sign messages don't always resonate best with us. Sometimes it's kind of a little weird. Depending on who I'm watching, I've noticed that sometimes my rising sign will resonate a little better, you know? It just depends. But let's start here. First things first. There was a card that fell out. I am keeping it. I don't know what it is. Okay. But we're going to go right through. I like this. The middle card you have here is Six of Wands. Okay, so that's your middle of the deck. That is big success, things like that. I really, really like that one as the driving force of things, you know? Basically, your motivation, essentially. It almost is kind of like you want this attention, you want this person to notice you kind of deal. So I don't know who this is. Okay. Bottom of the deck here is Three of Swords. So that is kind of feeling a little like, wanting them to know that you're okay. Wanting them to know that whatever this is doesn't really bother you. I didn't really think this through. I don't like it in front of the flame for obvious reasons. So, yeah. I don't know. It's got a feel to it. Like, you want them to see you. You want them to see that this isn't bothering you almost, but it very obviously is bothering you. Whatever the situation is. We're gonna come to this card last. This is the one that fell out. I don't know why, but Spirit's saying go do that last. So we're going to do that last. Let's look at how your person is feeling, first of all, here. They're feeling King of Pentacles. They're feeling just fine. You know, they are probably more focused on their job, their money. I heard for some of them, the day-to-day, you know, like whatever they need to take care of in the home life. You know, maybe just paying their bills, getting their own life in order, maybe making up a schedule of some sort. I feel like they're more focused on them, you know? Why they're feeling this way is Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, they've kind of been working at this for a while, you know? They've been putting a lot of effort into something. So it's almost like they don't really notice anything else anyway. It's just this. This is all that matters to them right now. This is what they've been focusing on, what they've been looking at. It's kind of weird, but there's a song coming up in my head, Only Have Eyes for You, right? But it almost feels like it has nothing at all to do with you. And I'm kind of wondering is that what's bothering you a little bit here with that Three of Swords? Like, was there something between you? Like, is this person not paying enough attention to you? They only have eyes for whatever this is? Because it does feel like some kind of project, something that they have been looking at and working on for a while. But let's look The action that they're going to take towards you here is Page of Cups. You might get an apology here. You might get something that's kind of small. You know what I mean? Just like because that's a tiny little fish in there. That's not like here's a giant catfish, sorry for the trouble. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of small, but I mean, pages are messengers. They will bring a message. So it does feel kind of like reaching out, but at the same time, it's a little bit like not really engaging a whole lot. You know what I mean? What they hope to accomplish by this is Knight of Pentacles. And it's kind of like getting things back on track. Especially if it has felt like that things haven't really been on track with the two of you, it's more of, let's get this, back to where we want to go. It's that feeling of a small peace offering, right? It's almost like, okay, so the king is holding a pentacle and then there's 7 here, and maybe they're offering to share a little bit of this with you. Maybe try to include you a little bit, but I don't know. It just, from your end of things, I almost just kind of feel like, well, it's not really quite enough. Now, I don't know where that's coming from. I have no idea if that's actually true. Maybe this person thinks it's enough. Maybe you think it should be a bigger, grander gesture. I don't really know. Again, this is going to resonate differently for all of you, but there's something about this that on your end feels like this action, when they do it, you're just kind of be like, really? Like, that's it? And I don't mean to make it sound a little ungrateful. It could be ungrateful. We all have those moments, but it's almost like a little bit more of, like, I know this is important to you, but aren't I important to you as well? That's kind of what that feeling is. So your feeling here is the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you want to know more about this. You want to probably help as well. You kind of, I want to say, want to apprentice this a little bit. You want to probably give a little input, maybe learn and figure out how you can better contribute. And maybe that's why, like, this over here kind of feels like it's not quite what you were hoping for, because it feels like there's a little bit of kind of an eagerness coming from this Page of Pentacles. And when it comes to, like, this Page of Cups coming through and this Knight of Pentacles just being like a little bit of like, hey, I'm sorry, this is kind of my thing, this is my passion project, but I'll let you in on a little bit. Maybe that's why it kind of feels not quite enough, because you could probably contribute a lot more to this, but they're being a little bit ironclad on things. Like, there's kind of a sense of this is their passion project and they don't really want to relent a little bit. They're not opening up as much as you were hoping they would. The action you'll take here is 6 of Pentacles. I do think you will try your best to take it in stride, so to speak. Again, it does still kind of have a little bit of a feeling of not quite what you were hoping for, but what I'm really getting out of here is just, it's better than nothing. So, and depending on your situation, for some of you, Spirit is asking you to say, is it really though? Is it really better than nothing? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Oh, they want this one first. They want this card that's fallen out here. Sorry, that is my phone for one of those lovely spam calls, probably calling about my extended warranty on a car that I don't currently own. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, the card that fell out. Okay, it's in my hand here. Spirit wants this before we get to the future of the situation. And this feels like it goes hand in hand with this 6 of Pentacles. It is the Ace of Swords. Okay. So there is this, sense, again, there's this feeling of, there's kind of success here, but in this case, it's kind of a breakthrough, you know, and it feels like it comes from a conversation, like an actual, okay, look, I accept the little bit here. It's very generous of you, but I feel like you're probably not giving me enough credit here. You're probably not giving me enough, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't really want to say benefit of the doubt. It's just they're shoot, what's the word? It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Underestimating. Oh my God, thank you, Spirit. It's like they're underestimating you. And it's going to be a moment where you're kind of like, look, I have a little bit more here to offer than you think. And it's almost like you're going to kind of lay this out for them. And it does feel like the two of you are going to have some sort of conversation, you know? And I think, like, this person has realized that maybe they're not paying enough attention to you. They're not really letting you in on this enough, and that there is some hurt here. There is a little bit of, hey, there's more to life than whatever this is. I know it's really important to you, but you cannot isolate yourself in this thing. You know, that's kind of what that is feeling like here. But let's take a look at your future here in this situation. I like this. It's the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there really could not be much of a better card coming through here. And I do want to clarify it. When it comes up upright like that, it is, you know, things coming around, fortune is favoring you. And Spirit wanted me to say fortune favors the bold. And it's kind of coming through as having this conversation and pointing this out is kind of bold for you. You know, not that Aries really have an issue being bold, but it's just maybe one of those things where having this like level-headed, rational conversation is maybe a little bold for you. Maybe it's a little better thought out, you know, a little bit less rash than normal because you really want to put an effort into this, you know. And with all of these pentacles here, this very well could be job related. It does not have to be. Again, this situation is going to be different for all of you. I mean, this could be something to do with a parent. Maybe you kind of have like one of those helicopter parents who's just kind of doing everything and you want them to back off a little bit and say, hey, look, I appreciate all that you've given me and all that you've done, but I'm actually a capable person. Like, you've raised a capable adult, you know? Or I guess it doesn't really come through as you being super young. I think somehow this is coming through as some of you might be heading off to college here and you're one of your parents, both your parents, something like that, your guardian, whatever your situation is, someone is, for some of you, being a little overbearing about this, you know, that, and again, that's for some of you, not all of you. Anyway, I am trying to clarify this Wheel of Fortune card here, and it's interesting the way this is coming out. First card out was Three of Swords. Again, so it is kind of like this cycle, I think, of hurt, of heartbreak is finally changing because we did get the wheel come out again, right? So you've got the Wheel of Fortune here twice. So this is your fortune's changing somehow. And it does feel like it comes from a moment of you stepping up and being a little bold and speaking your truth, which is really good. And what else came out, like where this still goes, is the Ten of Cups. So you're kind of moving from this hurt to this happiness, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want, you know? Get out of the hurt energy, get into the good, happy energy. So I really like this for you, Aries. And it honestly, there's nothing here that I am super worried about. On both ends, I'm feeling a sense of respect for the other person. So I do think this King of Pentacles person is going to listen when you speak. And I think they're going to acknowledge what you have to say because of the way that you've said it, you know? Because again, there's these pentacles, it's bringing a really grounded, level-headed energy to this, which is really good. So whatever the argument it is, it feels well spoken. It really, again, I don't really have many reservations here. It's good. I like, this is good. Your oracle card here. Courage, boldness. Step into courage despite your fears. Be willing to take a risk in order to gain more. Speak your truth, right? That's this. That's this Ace of Swords, which is perfect. It's exactly what I was saying. Whatever this is, again, is a little bold for you, and it's good. I feel like it turns out really well, because how often, you know, do you get 2 Wheel of Fortune cards? You know, the spirit is emphasizing this. Things are changing. There's a shift in the wind, so to speak. One more here, I think. I like that. The cosmos, creativity, vastness. So it's, again, there's kind of like an embarking in here. Like 2 pages and a knight. It's new. Like in that Ace of Swords, it's something is opening up for you. It kind of comes through this other person, but it has to be kickstarted by this conversation where you're like, look, I'm better than you're giving me credit for, kind of thing. And not in like a really arrogant kind of way. It's just like, look, you're not giving me enough credit here. I'm actually quite a capable person. So it's really good. I know I said one more the last time, but it's actually one more. Spirit just wants to get you a spirit animal. So for Aries, please. You get 2. You get 3. One was hiding there. The first card here is Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. So again, whatever this is, this conversation, this opportunity, there is a need to have a little grace here and a little bit of gratitude. And I think there is. Again, with this 6 of Pentacles, there's that sense of, you've given me a lot, but it's you need to let me contribute as well kind of energy. You also have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. I think this is kind of confronting this 3 of Swords energy and really managing to speak your truth here with this Ace of Swords, right? Actually speak the truth. Don't just sugarcoat it. Don't make it out not to be as bad as it is, you know, upfront, honest. And then you have Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. So like, there's no reason to be mean in this conversation. There's no reason to, you know, be cruel or whatever. Or even to yourself. Like, don't beat yourself up here. Whatever this is, the wheel is turning. It's going to work out, and it's going to work out in your favor. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aries. I really like this reading for you. If this resonated, please drop a like down below. Let me know how I did, because it is super important for me as a tarot reader to know if I've tapped into your energies. Otherwise, I can't give you accurate messages, and that's what I'm wanting to do here. So thank you very much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.